Yeah.
Booch, you trying to grow facial hair?
Yeah. Apparently, there's people out there who think I would look good with facial hair, so I had to grow it out to find out once and for all.
Well, I think we already know the answer to that question. They're wrong.
Give it a chance. Maybe if it grows in full and he shapes it up, it'll look all right. That early stage, anytime you first start growing facial hair, that early stage is always terrible.
You know what, Booch?
Yeah.
I think maybe there is an in-ring name for you. We could change the name Sheamus, but just make it kind of like shame us, like just because that's really the embodiment of your look right now. But listen, it's not all negativity here in One's World. There's a lot to be thankful for, and one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that yours truly is still the reigning, defending prediction champion after a glorious display. I mean, unquestioned victory at Money in the Bank. And ladies and gentlemen, for the sake of time, we don't really want to bear down on all the happenings. We're going to go quickly through the matches that took place at Money in the Bank. And then, of course, we're going to get to it. What you all have been waiting for weeks and weeks, and that is our SummerSlam predictions. Damascus Dez is gathering the Magic the Gathering. Bucci's growing facial hair. By the second, I can feel his cheeks just emitting hair right now. That looks like an expensive card. We're going to get to, like I said, the SummerSlam predictions, but real quick, let's recap Money in the Bank. The longest match of the night, and I feel probably the best match of the night, was the Bloodline Civil War. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy, defeating Roman and Solo. Great match, guys. It ended exactly the way I said it was going to end, because it needed to end that way, because I needed to retain my championship, and WWE supported me in my endeavor. So thank you, Paul and Stephanie. But that match was not the only good match of the night. We also had Damien Priest defeating every other man in the WWE except for Roman Reigns in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Bar none, one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches that I've seen in a long time. Guys, your thoughts on the Bloodline Civil War and the Money in the Bank men's match before we get on to the next.
Civil War was done exactly the way it needed to be done. We all knew that. We all said the Usos were winning this one. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
And it set it up exactly the way it needed to be done. And thank God the rumors weren't true. They were not pushing Jimmy to face Roman. They brought it full circle. They have Jay pin Roman. It takes a little bit of the mystique off of Roman, and it puts Jay in the position he needs to be for SummerSlam.
What's that you say? Jey Usos and SummerSlam? We're going to have to get to that match coming up. Booch, but your thoughts on the Bloodline Civil War before we get to y'all's thoughts on the Money in the Bank men's ladder match.
Very well done. It was one of the, I know you said it was not the only good match on the card, but for a lot of this, I'm going to say it was one of the few good matches on there. Like this is one of the few matches that didn't piss me off. Because there's a lot about this pay-per-view that pissed me off.
Remember, he calls himself Vinny Bucci. The real name is Vinny Bitchy. That's all he does is he bitches.
Hey, there's logic behind my bitching, so I'm cool with that. So the Bloodline Civil War was very well done. I loved it. I did not expect Roman to get pinned. I honestly didn't. I wasn't mad about it either. So it was a good shock moment. I thought Solo was going to take it. But like Dad said, it took the mystique off of Roman, which is what needed to happen, because it shows that he can be pinned. Now, obviously, the disadvantage here is any chance of Baron Corbin dethroning Roman Reigns got taken away from that, because that was the one thing Baron had going for him. But he's in NXT, so who cares? So, again, tag match was great, psychology was great, the storytelling was great, and the match itself was meh, but it doesn't need to be. The story's where it matters the most with the Bloodline, and the story was stellar, and it put the Usos where they need to be, in particular Jay. So, love that. Great, stellar main event.
Yeah, your thoughts on the Money in the Bank match?
Jazz,
you don't want his thoughts.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I want to bring him on, Booch. Give me 2 minutes of all the fire. Give me all the smoke.
Okay, well, I'm going to forego the Chewbacca defense and just say the gist of it was none of this made any damn sense. This was, I felt like, now, was Damien Priest the worst decision? No. Because like I said before, you had 3 nobodies who were about as useless as Stephanie McMahon's diaphragm. Any of them I wanted, I'd be in double bitch mode. But I felt like this match had 2 mega stars that were way more deserving and will draw more money. Damien Priest to me is not a guy that draws money as a champion. I felt like this guy was undeserving, especially since, and I know we talked about it a million times before. I'm sorry, you don't go from losing to Bad Bunny to getting the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's just shitty storytelling in my opinion.
That's because you ignore the facts. He did not just lose to Bad Bunny. He was taken advantage of, with outnumbered, and then beaten because of that. Yes, Bad Bunny hit a move at the end, but that was after an ass whooping from like 7 people. Okay?
That involved a bunch of interference, and then the reset button was hit by that point, though. Is what I'm
No,
trying to say.
there is no reset button. There is no reset button. You take an ass whooping, one move can finish you after an ass whooping.
Yeah, but
That's the whole point of Money in the Bank. That'd be like saying cashing in the Money in the Bank contract as a reset.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a 7-foot-tall guy taking a hit from a guy who's barely pushing 5 feet. That's
It doesn't matter.
you can get.
It's a 7-foot guy landing straight on his head. That's a lot of weight coming on his head.
I'm just saying, if you could have took a choke slam and had the roll up like I said before, I'd have been totally fine with it. But I'm sorry. You job to a rapper and then go to the briefcase. That's goddamn ridiculous. And I would say that if it was anybody that lost to Bad Bunny.
And I stand by what I said. It's not about who he lost to. It's because what you're saying is completely inaccurate. There is no reset button. He had his ass beat by like 7 different people. There's no such thing as a reset button. This isn't a video game. You don't heal.
During Roman, you literally said, Kevin standing in there, the Usos interfered, Roman kicked out. There was a reset button. You literally coined the phrase.
No. What I said is that brought it back to normal. That brought them to even level because they both got damaged at the same time, and that is a completely different situation.
Okay, I'm intrigued by this. I'm just
Completely
saying, like,
different situation.
I'm just saying, there's no way in hell LA Knight deserved that briefcase. The fact that, and you and I both agree that it's him over.
No, I don't actually, because from what I see, from what I'm seeing is they're turning him face, which is something I said needed to happen.
Yeah, but again, like we said, they're pushing the goalposts. Everybody said, "Oh, he's gonna get a push here, he's gonna get a push here, he's gonna get a push here," and they just come 5 ways from Sunday.
A big part of this thing with LA Knight is that he's been being given face treatment and basically acting like a face while trying to be a heel by attacking people. It doesn't work. So they're fixing their up, making him a face, and then they'll push him as a face.
So they have to job him to make him a face?
No, it's not about jobbing. Dude, this is Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is not jobbing. That is 7 people in the match.
Okay, first of all, I'm talking in general. Because even before the Money in the Bank, they were putting him before the Money in the Bank. They've been putting him after the Money in the Bank.
Most of the losses were done in tag teams, and he didn't take the pin in most of them.
Yeah, but the one-on-one matches where he should have won, they f***ed him royally. And then
he hasn't had that many one-on-one matches that were worth talking about in the first place. They haven't been booking him.
Winning the match is key. That's the thing. Even if they're not worth talking about, the fact that he's losing all the time when he's clearly over, more over than the person he's jobbing to, and the fact that they're literally sent out of the U.S. title to give it to who? Santos or Rey Mysterio? Neither one of them needs the United States Championship.
Oh, I can agree with that. But I don't want to see LA Knight in the mid card. I want to see LA Knight go as a face. I want to see Damien Priest take the belt from Seth Rollins, and I want to see Damien Priest and LA Knight in a rivalry because I think those two together would be phenomenal.
Yes, except once again, Des, you're forgetting. Damien's on Raw, LA Knight's on SmackDown. So unless they're going to take the draft, they can't do it.
They've done it before. Since when does the draft matter with any of these issues?
I've been saying that, but Des thinks the draft still matters, is my point.
All right,
In
we gotta
That's
listen.
worth
We
it there.
we have taken all of our time for Money in the Bank on that, but that was worth it. I feel the heat. You can tell there's passion here. Just a quick rundown of the other matches. Like Booch said, most of them were subpar to mediocre. A few of them were worth talking about. I will say Gunter versus Matt Riddle was a great match. That was good. I know you like the outcome, Booch, you Riddle hater. You're so not a bro. That's okay. Liv and Raquel got the big win against Ronda and Shayna. That was a good match too, in my opinion.
Oh, I loved it.
Could have been in Booch's opinion, could have been better, but you know what?
Vinny Bitchy.
Vinny Bitchy.
The heel turn could have been executed way better. They did terrible with that.
It could have been done better, but we've had the conversation. There was reasons for why it had to be done the way it had to be done.
And then Cody defeated Dominic. We all knew that was going to happen. That match was 8 minutes and 40 seconds. That was about 8 minutes too long of a match. Io Sky defeated every other woman in the WWE to snatch the briefcase. And
I'm not upset about it.
I know you have some thoughts on it. So Booch, I want you to comment your thoughts on Twitter and on YouTube. That's where I want the conversation to go on that match, because I know you got something to say about that. And I wish it was Zoe, and it wasn't, unfortunately. Seth got a big win against Finn Balor. We just talked about that. We're going to see some action. These two are going to be mixing it up again very soon. We already talked about the Usos. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Money in the Bank. I am, because of rules that Bucci adamantly agrees with and has never publicly disagreed with, the tie does go to the champion. And like I said, not really that close of a tie if you think about it. You don't really have to think about it. Just take my word for it. And we're just going to move on to
Close
SummerSlam.
of a tie. Tie
That's
literally means even.
That's what a
Level.
good politician does. They make a point and then they move forward. Then you ask, no time for questions. Kind of like what Corinne Jean-Pierre does. You know, you just you just confuse her, and then she starts talking about other things, and that's very easy to do.